Hi guys, this is totally not going to be the most structured of videos, the most well presented, and I'm not going to be looking very great, but I want to just have a general chat about a really embarrassing and just horrible thing that happened today. Now this is going to be uploaded probably like next month or something, so it's not going to be accurate in dates and stuff, but yeah, I was contemplating on the train journey home whether or not to film this, and I just decided I might as well. So, obviously from the heading you know what this is. I had an IBS attack / period attack at college today, and it wasn't great. There's going to be some kind of grotesque details, so if you're not into that, or you're just going to slay me and be like, "Eh, that's disgusting, why are you telling us this?" Don't go. But I just want you to know about this experience, and maybe if you suffer with this and you get really nervous about going out for a long period of time, then hopefully this is like, it's alright if it happens. Don't feel so nervous, you know, it happens to the best of us, right? So around 12:20, I'm told, okay, no, let me start from the very beginning. I went to college and I knew I was due on, came on during the day, had a cocodamol or something, and I was fine. I just felt a little bit icky, you know how you do. Felt a bit icky, and I was like, alright, I'm fine. Mum called me up, she's like, "Oh, you okay, Jen?" Because I do suffer. In the past, I've suffered really bad, passing out and everything. It's just, I've got such a weird medical history. Of course, it's not as bad as some situations, but I've not always been the healthiest of people. So I was like, no, I'm fine, absolutely fine. Hung up, carried on with my college work. Got to around 20 past 12, and I was like, need to go crap. I don't go at college, I don't go in public, I just feel really uncomfortable doing that, but I really needed to go, and I knew I could not hold that. So it just hit me as like a brick wall, pretty much. I was fine 1 minute, and then the next minute I was like, my vision was going a bit weird. And I turned to Danielle because she suffers with IBS as well. Chelsea suffers with IBS, so I've got quite an understanding friendship group. Turned to Danielle and was like, "Would you like to go to the toilet with me?" She was like, yeah, sure. We got out to double door. She went, "You alright?" And I went, "No, I think I'm going to pass out and I need to go a crap." So I got in there, and oh my god, it was horrible. I went in the toilet and I was so embarrassed. I was trying to hold the toilet, as in hold my poo from coming out. I did not want them to hear me, I didn't want them to smell, you know what I mean? It was just not a nice situation. Found out that Danielle actually had the hand dryers on and off for about 20 minutes, so that was really nice of her. And apparently my poo didn't smell. That's great to know, something to be proud of, so thanks for that. I've gone in the toilet pretty much. I finally let it out. I've had to take off my shoes. I was like, okay, maybe, you know, your feet's the source of heat, so when your feet are hot, the rest of your body's hot, and, you know, vice versa, whatever. Taking off my socks, cooling down a bit. That's nice. You know what, I'm gonna have to strip. I've got to take everything. I took everything off but my bra. Like, this is how terrible it went, and this is how I get when I'm at home. But the thing is, and the thing that I ended up telling pretty much everyone that was like talking to me and whatever, I have a routine for when this happens. I know how to deal with it. It's just I wasn't in the right environment. Like, I was outside of my home. I didn't have everything, and to be honest, I kind of just needed my mum there to sort of, you know, support me and stuff. So it wasn't a nice situation. Danielle, bless her, she was great. She was really helpful, really nice about it. She was like, it's fine. Apparently there was like a couple of seconds when I was proper out of it, and I was like, that's all. But I don't really remember that. So I was in and out of a daze. I was passing out. I felt so disgusting that I really need a bath, because I was in this cubicle pretty much almost naked, spread out, touching everything that was cold, and it's a toilet, you know. I know they get cleaned, but all the bacteria in there, I just feel disgusting even now. Like, oh, I feel like I'm crawling with diseases. So yeah, at some point, I think she called Chelsea because she was worried that I would pass out, and I think I had already passed out. I don't know, she was worried about my welfare, and she called Chelsea. Again, I didn't mind that was happening because Chelsea has conditions as well, so I know she's not going to be judging me, you know what I mean? The people in like the team room, so like some of the staff wanted to know if I needed any medical assistance, and I was like, no, I'm fine. They just kept Chelsea and Danielle just kept getting me water, and then all of a sudden it's when I was at the peak of the worst point, they had to get someone. Danielle was like, look, do you need me to get someone? I was like, yes please, it's probably for the best. So it took about 15 minutes for them to get someone for me, and it was one of these like first aiders, sport people, I don't really know, but just hearing him, he was he was not the most professional at all. And apparently, by the looks of him, I didn't see because I was inside my cubicle. No one came in, I must admit, no one came into my cubicle. No one saw me, you know, naked or anything like that. Nothing like that happened. I just need to point that out. So apparently he looked about 22, so quite young himself, and apparently he proved quite immature. He asked me about 2 questions. One of them was, have you vomited? And I said, no, I just feel like I need to. And the second one was, have you fainted? And I went, I don't know, I think I might have done, I don't know. He walked out and he went, right, I'm calling the ambulance. Danielle was like, no, you don't need to, she's fine. I was like, I don't need an ambulance. This is me in my, like, weird state, saying, I don't really need one, I'm fine. And I didn't. I just knew I need it. It's one of, as Danielle said, it's one of those things where you need to breathe through it. It's time. Like, nothing's going to change it. It's happening. You just got to work through it, you know. And he's gone out, called an ambulance, but he hasn't been listening. Danielle's been like, look, I know her medical history. I'm telling you all this. She's got IBS. She's on her period. She's not well. This is normal for her. And he's gone and called him anyway. Like, I understand that he's called him anyway, but he didn't call them for the right reasons. He just wanted to, you know, shift the problem to someone else. And Chelsea, when she was coming in to see me, heard the guy on the walkie-talkie laughing because he thinks toilet humour's funny. So I'm like having a bad time on the toilet, feeling ill, needing to vomit, and he's out there on the walkie-talkie laughing with all his colleagues. How professional is that? Well done, you dick. Well done for being a prick about a student who's ill. That is so very professional of you. Well done. So I think we're filing a complaint about him when we're next on college. And hopefully something will be sorted out about that. And also, he was a male. He's not supposed to be in the toilets. But anyway, that happened. Then we got a really nice guy. He came in. Sorry, this is very scattery. Like, I've said it so many times to my mum and then to Danielle, like, the situation. And obviously, I've got other people's point of views of what actually happened. Because, as I keep saying, I was in and out of, like, this sort of weird consciousness state. I don't really know what's happening. But Chelsea's seen him laughing, blah, blah, blah. We ended up getting another first aider who had to leave his, like, master key with some people that didn't even work here. They were there for, like, construction or something. Sorry, this camera's annoying me. They were there for some sort of construction, and he had to leave it with them, run up here, because they told him it was an emergency. In no way, shape or form was my issue an emergency at all. I knew how to deal with it. I was just in the wrong environment, as I said. And he's run up here. They haven't told him that the issue is with a female, so he's had to come into the toilet. He needs to see if I'm okay. So, like, this dude has come in. He's been a star. He's been asking me all the questions he needed. He was like, it's all right. He's like, bless you, darling. Don't worry. It happens. It happens. It was just calming me down, because obviously that whole situation is really embarrassing. And from all this time, Danielle is trying to call my mum. Chelsea's getting water. My mum can't get hold of because she's, like, in town and there's a bad reception. She's, like, shopping and stuff. She finally got hold of her and all that was sorted out. And Danielle's, like, saying, look, we need to get someone to give us a cone to say you can't come into this toilet, like it's a cleaning's happening or something like that. All this time they wouldn't give her that, so she's literally having to be like, sorry, toilet's closed, you can't come in, getting dirty looks and stuff. She's having to, you know, have the courage to say all these to these people, and I just don't think that was needed. So anyway, trying to cut the long story short, the paramedics came, they took my blood pressure and everything, asked me some questions, and I was like, I'm really sorry you had to go out of your way. It wasn't us that called you, like, it wasn't needed. By this time, I'm fully clothed now. I'm talking to them, I'm fine, I'm absolutely fine. I'm just starving at this point, because that took a lot out of me, I can tell you that. I'm just starving by this point, and they're just like, you know what, no, it's better safe than sorry. And it was like, yeah, but the guy didn't do it for the right reasons. He was like, pretty much what a do-bag, you know. How ridiculous. But the staff, the paramedic people were lovely. I just didn't want to fuss. Luckily no one was there. Like, I was expecting like loads of people, like, why is it blocked? I can hear people. But it was fine. No one was there. And I bet you're like wondering, well, why are you sharing this if you didn't want to fuss? But I just think it's a really, like, looking back on it now, I mean, it's only probably been an hour, but it was a funny situation. It wasn't nice, but you know, you can laugh about these things. That whole process anyway, it took around an hour and 45 minutes. I was in that situation. Apparently it was, Danielle said it was really bad. She was starting to worry and like, she couldn't get hold of my mum and everything, but you know, it was all sorted out. My mum ended up coming up. We said thank you again to the man that actually helped us and didn't laugh at my situation, because he was a pure gentleman who's really nice. He said, I'm really quite I'm being quite unlucky, like, you know, I'm coming in here to women's toilets and there should be a woman with me, you know, and it should just be a woman in here, you know. And all Danielle wanted was just a member of staff, a female member of staff, to come in and sit with me, just in case, you know, I proper conked out and like Danielle would need to come in, put my clothes on, just to help me home. So yeah, Mum came up on the train. Danielle, Chelsea had to leave a little bit early because she was supposed to be meeting her. This is understandable. She needed to be at the gym and she'd already waited like 20 extra minutes with me. And I was like, I didn't realise at the time, but I texted her because I was just so grateful that she had helped look after me. And then Danielle, they were just perfect. They were really great friends. And I think it's when times like this happen, you know who you can count on, you know. It was awesome, them like supporting me and looking after me and stuff, and them understanding that, you know, it's okay, this happens, just, you know, get through it. But that was my horrible situation. Yeah, as I said, this won't be up for ages, and sorry about the lack of quality, but just wanted to quickly share this whilst I've still got some information in my head. It's probably still muddled because I was in and out of some weird, like, thing, like some weird void. I was awake, but I was not really awake. Like, I didn't know what was going on. I was just, you know, so yeah, I think I'm going to have me that bath now. Thank you for watching. Maybe this helps you. Maybe it doesn't. But bye.